What's going on, y'all? I got Charleston on my mind. I got Charleston on my mind, like a lot of people probably. Ain't you just tired of hearing those types of things? Like, it seems like it's every week something dumb like that happen, you know. And it's to me, you would have thought that after all of these years, these types of things wouldn't happen, you know. Or even if they still happened, you would think that the reaction would finally be more consistently what it needs to be. It's tiresome to me to hear how the media puts spins on different things and attempts to evoke different emotions depending on who committed the crimes. That's tiresome to me. I can't understand how every time somebody commits like something like mass murders like Sandy Hook and Columbine and the Oklahoma World Trade and all these types of heinous mass murder incidents, and when what happens with them, they're respectfully arrested, you know, they're often allowed to turn themselves in. None of them get murdered or roughed up or anything at the scene. They're always reported as being bright individuals or just troubled. And then you got other folks who may not have done anything but, sell a cigarette, get on the swing with a toy gun, go through Walmart and take a toy gun off of the shelf. Things like that, where nobody got hurt. Nothing happened to anybody. Nobody was in danger. And these folks get executed, and it's reported as they were thugs, or their old criminal record from 20 years ago gets pulled out, or a detention that they got for having a bad attitude or something. They got caught with a small amount of weed on them or something like that, and so now that justifies whatever happened to them. Those things do nothing but fuel the issue. I think that's number one, because we all watch the news, and that's where we get our information. And depending on which news you watch, you get different types of information, which will make you process that specific types of ways, which evokes specific emotions, which makes you act out in a certain way. And the media, in a large way, perpetuates racism and perpetuates discrimination and classism and all of these other things, because they keep pumping it. They keep pumping that fuel to us, I want to say this. For me, it don't matter the color of the people who commit the crimes. To me, it's what the crimes are. If you go into church and shoot 9 people, you dead wrong. If it was a brother that went into a synagogue and shot 9 Jews, he's dead wrong. And they need to throw him under the jail and do whatever they're going to do to him. And I'm going to salute him for doing that. Like, yeah, lock his behind up. Damn right. Not going to co-sign him just because he black. Not going to do that. White America has to be able to do the same thing, and I noticed that a lot of white folks are starting to, when these things happen, they're speaking out like, yo, this some BS, like, this ain't cool. And I like that, because at the end of the day, as I always say, until the majority gets fed up, the minorities will always suffer. And when I say the majority, I mean everybody. The majority is the human race. You understand? So until more of us, all races, that's what we need, a multicultural front. It's not all the black people got to get together and we gonna riot and it's gonna be revolution. The revolution to me ain't a violent thing. It's not gonna be that. It's more mental. It's more economical. It's those types of things. And no movement can be successful unless you have a multitude of multicultural folks. Like when you look at the the freedom marches from the 60s and everything, it wasn't just black folks out there marching. We had a whole bunch of definitely white folks out there marching with us, but it was other nationalities. Now you looking at these protests and you seeing it's multicultural, and that's the thing that I'm loving to see. And we just got to expand that, because if we can get more people fed up and more people speaking out and acting out and saying, look, we're not going to take this no more as people. We're not going to take it anymore. That's the only way that we'll be able to affect change on a great scale. Once again, I want to say this to all my brothers and sisters of color. War ain't gonna be the answer. We can't go to war. We can't do that. Number one, we not built. We not organized. Number one. Number two, it ain't enough money that we control. We don't control enough things to be able to go to war. It take money to win a war, and we don't have enough of that. We gotta win mentally. We gotta control ourselves too. Like, I don't just get mad when a racist kills 9 people in the church. I get mad when brothers kill brothers too. We out here fighting and dying over colors and money and all of that. Like, all lives matter, and no color is bigger than a race. I mean, no color is bigger than life. I'm sorry. All life matters. And until we cherish all lives, we'll continue to perish, So, ponder and progress, y'all. My heart is heavy. Like I said, pray for the folks down in Charleston and everybody else that was affected, Once again, ponder and progress, maintain focus, achieve greatness, run on no commas, period. Control the hyphen and enjoy the intangibles, y'all, all right? It's your man, Breezy. One love.